Hey, I'm glad you're here today because this is a Gen 2 Tundra with an oil leak that can actually cause an engine misfire. So we're going to repair that by the book. We're going to reseal the valve covers with new gaskets and spark plug tube seals. Plus, we're going to fix the damage that happened to the ignition coils, and we'll throw in a fresh set of spark plugs. This is the big problem that's happening here. The spark plug tube seals have been leaking. And if I can get this, oh boy, this coil out. Wow, look at that. Just nasty. This silicone boot here has been bathing in oil for I don't know how long. So we're gonna replace those. And we're gonna take this dipstick here, and I'm gonna go right in the spark plug tube. We're gonna check the oil. Look at that, it's beyond the full level on the dipstick. That's how much oil is in there. And that can cause misfires, all sorts of problems. Plus, if we look down here, it's been streaking the side of the engine. You can see that streak of oil down here. That's from pulling the coil, but this whole side of the valve cover here has just been stained from all of these tube seals filling up completely and then leaking out and just making a huge mess. So that's what we're doing today. So buckle up, we're gonna do this by the book. First thing I'm gonna do is remove all of these electrical connectors. Now I color coded them. If you can see that, this orange marker, I've got blue here and yellow. And it's not just to make it pretty, that is so that I don't mix them up. I'm just using this little clip tool, and I'm just gonna pry that off of the stud there. Man, there we go. Also up here, these vacuum switching valve connectors. I'm gonna take them off. Two, yellow and orange. I'm just gonna grab the tang and pull. Let me get this vacuum hose off of here. There we go. We can use a bungee cord to give us a little bit more control over it. And then I can bungee this over to the side. I've got two more coils, let me grab those. Pretty much everything on this job is either a 10 mil or a 12. Toyota makes it pretty easy. So there's a little bit, this little dust boot's gonna go to. It's got a little oil on there, a little bit on the coil, but not as much as the first two. This little bracket here is a 12. Hopefully that'll give us enough wiggle room so we can get this hose off without breaking it. These are little hose gripper pliers here. I'm gonna just grip around the base of it, see if I can give it a little twist. Oh yeah, she's twisting. So if you can twist it, that means it should come off. All right, looks like everything is disconnected that I want disconnected. I'm going to leave these sensors and solenoids installed in the valve cover. They've got O-rings. We didn't get new O-rings on there, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. And that should be okay. I've got 13 plus 1 bolts. So there's one bolt right here in the middle between the two spark plug holes in the middle. And that's gonna be a 12 millimeter. And then there's 13 around the perimeter. Those are 10 millimeter. Let me get the 12 off first. That's gonna have a gasket on it. This one's got that seal on there. I'm gonna reuse it. It looks okay, but if yours isn't, go ahead and replace that so it doesn't leak. All right, as long as you count 13 plus 1 bolts, that means you are ready to go. If you don't, check for the one you're missing because we're about to pry this thing off. Right here, we've got a little tab that just kind of sticks out from the valve cover. I'm gonna use that to pry. Oh, she came up. All right, sounds pretty good. This little crowfoot right here. Just get it back in here and give it just a little persuasion, not a lot. We're not killing this thing. I just want to kind of wiggle it out. There we go. Okay, so this plastic piece right here is what we slid back. See that? Like that, and then I'm going to push the buttons on either side here. Might get fuel. I don't want that going into the crankcase. That's just the return line there. Okay, almost out. I can feel it. This thing is really holding on. Here we go. And you can see what you see right there. That last bit, that was the valve cover gasket. It was stuck. I don't know. It was just stuck to the head for some reason. But see how hard, see how hard that is? It just kind of snaps. So that was definitely not sealing very well. Okay, we look pretty dang sludgy right now. We've got the spark plug tubes really nasty. So I want to clean around those. And then also we're going to clean the entire surface of the head that seals, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, we've got a little brake clean action, but I'm not spraying it in there. So we're going to spray our rag. Hopefully it gets it nice and shiny, because I want these things to seal. I'm going to use a carbide scraper here. It's got a carbide tip on there, and that's going to get this off real easy. I like to put it at an angle and then drag it. Watch. Just dragging. And that's what I'm coming up with. So I want this surface to be clean and dry when we put the gasket back on there. So let me do that and I'll show you when I'm done. On to the messy part here. I've got a seal puller that I'm using to get the tube seals out. This is not easy to do when it's in such bad shape. Use this other side here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, all right, she's pretty cleaned up. I've got this Toyota part number here. You gotta buy these individually. I know it says 10, but they only sold me 8, which is cool. All right, that's what it's supposed to look like, just like a nice soft rubber. The tapered end, the pretty end, not that end, but this end is what you want to see. It's gonna go over top of those tubes. We've got a 32 millimeter socket, fits just right in there. She done bottomed out. All right, so that's the way to do it. Valve cover's ready. I got to get the head ready now. The surface is all nice and clean and dry. Everything has been cleaned around there, including the spark plug tube seals. What I did is just held a rag on there with brake clean and it kind of softened it up, so I didn't have to scrape that at all. Now if you look right over here, see that crack right there? There's one here and there's one way down there that's really hard to see. Between the timing cover and the cylinder head, we need to put some RTV. I got a little bit of this Honda Bond RTV left. I'm just doing a dab. See that dab right there? That's all you want. If you look right here, these O-rings that are on these oil passages, we're missing one. That's still on top of the valve cover or underneath the valve cover. It's right there. So make sure you have all the O-rings, either it's on here stuck or if it's on the cylinder head, you got to make sure they're all there so you have good oil pressure. Really important that the gasket is stuck in there real good, so you don't want it falling out. And then we're going to try and get it in place without running into too much stuff. Any kind of obstacle that you hit gives you a little bit of an opportunity to knock that gasket off. There's 2 guide pins. One is on the head and one is on this one right here is on the valve cover, and those pins will sort of mesh and align your cover where it's supposed to go. Once I get real close, I want to make sure it's lined up real good before I squish it down on that RTV. Now to be 100% safe, I'm going to take this mirror and just run around where I can't see from up here. And I want to make sure that that gasket is in place and not being pinched or pushed up into the head or anything like that. All right, I'm going to start with the big 12 millimeter. This goes in the center right here. And then we've got, remember, 13 around the perimeter. I'm going to get these all run in and then we'll torque it down. I'll show you the torque spec on that. Okay, I just ran them in with the impact, but it was set for stun. This is a very low torque operation here. This one is going to be set for 15 foot-pounds. So let's get that one done first. All right, that's it, 15 or 14.9, whatever. I'm gonna use this long extension and the swivel for the 10 millimeters. Okay, these are all gonna be 9 foot-pounds. Got 8.9 on there, not too bad. So I'm gonna do it in a cross pattern, but make sure you hit all 13 of these. Next up is spark plugs. I wanna pull them out, but first, I need to clean out that tube because I don't want all that oil going back in the cylinder. So I'm just gonna kind of vacuum it out. All right, here it comes. That's a whole lot of oil coming out of there. And these are pretty terrible. These are the original Denzos. Okay, we're gonna look at the spark plug gap here. Let's go in thousandths. And we're right there at about 48 thousandths, something like that, just before the 50 mark. So that's 0.51 is the absolute biggest gap for a used plug. And so these are almost completely worn out. I'm gonna go ahead and replace these. And they come in a Toyota box, but these are Denso spark plugs. There's the Toyota part number for you. And the Denso, in case you want to buy these somewhere else, SK20HR11. And these are going to go in dry. Not only dry, but we're also not going to gap it. They're gapped from the factory, don't touch it. Okay, I'm just going to put this down in the hole with my install tool until it hits bottom, and then I'm going to thread it in by hand until that hits bottom. All right, let's get this thing torqued in there. I'm going to put my plug socket in and then the little extension. And again, extensions don't cause any problems with your torque wrench. 13 foot-pounds. Right now I'm just crushing the washer, the gasket, and then boom, 13.2. That's all you want. All right, so there is your NGK boot kit. So I'll show you how it's done. You've got 3 pieces there. Make sure you have the boot, the spring, and the dust cover here. Okay, the old boot, that just comes off. Just grab that spring and pull it out, and then that can go in the trash. All right, the spring has a bit of a taper to it. You want the fat end to go in the coil, and that end with the little tang on it, see that little tang there? That's gonna be facing you as you put it in. Just kind of jam it in there, and you're gonna stick your screwdriver in where that tang sort of interfaces with it, and then you go lefty tighty. So you turn it counterclockwise until you hear that snap, and then boom, it's in there. Okay, now the boot goes back on there. Put it in clean and dry all the way till it stops, and then the dust shield, that goes up, so that goes on the inside here, and then these little tabs on the coil, see that? Those retain it, so then boom, now it's on there, it's ready to go in. I think this is the best part of the job. Everything is clean, all the big stuff is installed, it's all starting to come together. And we'll get this hose squeezed back through here. Wow, that's pretty good. Really, it looks like all we've got left to do is the coils. So we've got our freshly rebuilt coils, rebooted, looking pretty good. Now, I'm gonna put these in dry because we got new boots, new plugs. I don't really think silicone's necessary at this point. Everything's brand new. And I've got just the bolts for the coils, and I'm out of bolts after that. This job wasn't too bad. I forget exactly what the book says. I think it's just under 2 hours, maybe 1.9 or something like that. Not too bad a job. You're probably gonna take longer than the book time to do it if you've only done it with me on this video. It takes a little while, it takes some getting used to. Real quick on this other side here, these are the heater hoses. I've got this one off, and it came over to here. It's plugged off so it doesn't leak too much. And this other heater hose comes down, and then it goes across from there to there. So there's a, right here they run just a pipe and then a short piece of hose. I disconnected that, so I pulled this side up and away, and the heater hoses that are over here just pushed it over. So now I've got nice runway right here to get the valve cover in and out. So we got valve cover gaskets, we got spark plug tube seals, we got coils, we got spark plugs. Pretty good job. I'm glad you came along with me. So I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate you watching.